You're listening to Book Club Babes. Let's get into it.
Hello. Is it us you're looking for?
Hopefully, because
Hi.
you're here.
You made it. Hi. What's up with new?
What's up with new?
What's up? What's new?
What's new? What's up? What's new? Actually hilarious that just happened because the other day my boss was telling a story about her hair and I meant to say, what did I say?
Did you mix two words together?
Mm-hmm,
I do
but
that.
it came out, but it was not a compliment. It came out like not a compliment. What was I trying
It
to
was like
say?
a hair disaster.
I ended up saying that's funny. That's funny. She was talking about her hair, and I said that's funny because I was thinking that's fun and that's pretty, and it came out as that's funny.
That's funny. Oh,
Which is not how you
your hair.
want your hair to be.
I want to describe your hair as that's funny.
That's funny. You got funny
No,
hair. Speaking
no.
of fun and
Look
pretty
at
hair.
Now we matching. Book club babe matching hair. Hey all.
Because we can just go.
Boop,
It's the most
boop.
fun. Why not? We're
Never
adults,
even
why
knew
not?
it. I don't even want to know. I've never dyed my hair a fun. I've bleached my hair 100%, but I've never dyed my hair a fun color because I was not allowed.
This is the exact same thing as me. The exact same. And I was thinking about this the other day and I was like, I'm so glad I did it. I said to Marty, I'm like, I've always wanted to have fun color hair and I've never done it. And I just was like, why not?
I'm a 35-year-old woman. Why not?
Why not? Like,
I can do
literally,
this.
who
I have the
cares?
means.
Yeah.
I have the money and I can do it. I can
And
read
I
the
have the
directions.
time. I can do this. Yeah. So
I love it.
Manic Panic. We both did Manic Panic. Called it a day. Why
Yeah,
not?
I love
It's
it.
just fun.
I love it.
For
What
summer.
are you like? Tell me about you. Well, you were camping. So did you get any reading done on your camp?
Yes, but just our book. I just had to get our book done. I don't know why. Was this book long?
It is long. It feels long to me, but in a good way. Like
No,
I
in a
want to keep
good way.
reading.
Yes,
But it
I
is
was just
long.
struggling.
I think it's like
Okay.
350 pages. Yeah,
416 actually.
Oh, on my ebook it says 350 and I'm like, "Oh, that's big."
Well, it's a liar because I got a real book right here.
She's got the real one to consult. So yeah, that's a big boy. That's a hefty boy.
Okay, this makes more sense because I wasn't paying attention to like how long it was on the
And you're like, "Surely I'm done by now."
Well,
And
I just
then the
kept
book's
I
like,
knew I
"Who's
had
Shirley?"
right? Exactly. Do you mean Margaret? No,
Exactly.
I knew I needed to get to 19 and I kept being like, how am I
19?
not getting
19?
there? Like
19?
and counting down, I'm like, how am I still have 6 more chapters? Like this seems insane, but
well, the little like our story or the story or whatever,
yeah,
the little
yeah.
add-ons to the end, you're like, "Oh, frick. You're
I
not
know.
in my like counting right now."
I
I'm
know.
like, "I'm
But
so
I
close."
like
Oh,
it.
me too. I do
I
too.
like it with our new format, like especially because I always hated those little like hanger-oners when you were like, fuck, I just took my notes and now I have to do this fucking you know what I mean? Look what else I'm reading. Edgar and the Boreal Crown.
Oh, look at you go.
It's short. It's 4 hours. You should read it.
Oh, it's okay. I have it started. I read the first page and that's all I've done so far.
You started it. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yes, anyway, sorry, I got that.
I've been busy listening to other books.
Tell
I
me.
listened to Lessons in Chemistry.
Oh, how was it?
Finally. So good.
Is it good? It's good?
Yes. And honestly,
Okay.
I judged a book by its cover. I don't like the original cover of it. And I was never like, but anyways, I judged a book by its cover. And I didn't love the first design iteration that
The
I
pink
saw
one
of
with
it.
the hair and the
Yes. I never loved it.
Oh, so what did you think? It just wasn't going to be like it was going to be like a romance or something? Like you were like,
Yeah. But it's so much more than that. There's so much depth to it. There's heartbreak and loss and
cool.
Overcoming and growth and strong female characters.
Love
it's
that.
Good. It was good listen.
Ooh.
And then last night I started Witchcraft for Wayward Girls. So I'm by Grady Hendrix. So I'm just getting into that. And it's pretty cute so far. Pretty cute.
I started reading that one. It's about the girls who
are pregnant.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now I
It's like
stopped
the
reading
first
it.
chapter, so that I'm
Yes.
not getting anything away.
Yes. I stopped reading it because I think I was reading like another like mom book at the time, and I was like, this is too much. I can't.
That's a lot. That's a
It's
lot.
too much. But let me know how it is, because
I will.
it should be good and fucking weird.
Oh yeah, no, I think it's definitely going to be weird. That's for sure, because Grady Hendrix, but like,
yeah.
I'm interested to see where it goes right now, because I have no clue as to where it's going to go.
Like
And
what
I
could
think
happen?
I'm only on maybe chapter 6 or 8 or something like that. But anyways, it's interesting so far.
Fun. Anything else?
Just catching up on my pods and stuff like that, and hockey. I've been consumed by hockey lately.
Me too. Me too.
So is Kate. Caitlin wants to go to the spa.
We're
Let's
going to
go.
the spa. We made a
Let's
bet.
go.
Did we tell them last week? I don't know if we did.
I don't know if we did.
Here's the thing. I wanted to have some skin in the game too, so that I would understand. So I'm like, also, I was incredibly stoned. I don't know if you knew that when I said this, but
No.
On the edibles, so you know.
Well, sometimes when you're busted off the edibles,
you just come up with crazy shit. So we said, if the Leafs win, we'll go to the fucking spa. So now we're like,
we should just cut our losses though at like, if they win this round, we'll go to the spa.
No, if they win the whole Diet Coke cup, then
the
we'll
whole thing. I don't know about that. Oh,
yeah. They gotta win the Diet Coke cup. It's true. They do. They do.
Okay.
They were doing good. They won the first 2 games, and we were like, hell yeah. And then they went to Florida and just fucked right off. So must got lost in the heat. I don't know. Florida.
Boom, 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 boom. One hell of a drug.
One hell of bad playing. Sheesh, boys. Come on, let's go. That's what the cocky people say, right?
Totally. That's exactly what the coach is saying on the bench and everything. They're like, let's go.
Boys, let's go. Those 2 girls in Canada have to get to the spa.
Don't they know? Don't you know? Have you not ever spent a winter in Canada?
Idiots. Well, yeah, they would have, right? If they were
I
on
guess
the team.
north of Toronto.
True. A little different up here.
Just this little smidge different.
Just a smidgical. Yeah,
Just
so that's fun.
But other than that, I think we only have one new babe, and other than that, I have nothing else. Those are my 2 new things. My 2 new books.
I got some stuff.
Tell me
some stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to ditch that Lake of Lost Girls. I'm gonna DNF that, I think. Because bleh. And I started listening to Educated by Tara Westover, which I've seen this book. It's old. It's like not a new book. I've seen it around forever. You have too, with the pencil on the front.
I probably have to see the actual cover, but
yeah, you know. But Ashley read it recently, and she said that it was very good, and she recommended it. So I was like, I trust Ashley's recommendations at this point. Avi. Hi, Scarlett. Hope you're listening.
Hi, and also just Ashley in general, because she's our golden retriever.
True.
Listener, babe.
She is a golden retriever, babe. That's so true. She totally is. I love her so much. Yeah, so anyway, I'm listening to that and then reading Edgar and the Boreal Crown and Great Big Beautiful Life. Oh, and that Haunting Adeline.
Is Kyle Wellwood a hockey player impressing you by his writing so far and his
Yes. So far I'm like, I'm confused. I don't know. I need to I don't know. I can't it's not what I'm expecting, and I'm like to keep reading, if this makes sense. Like I'm also I think I'm like the first chapter or the second chapter. Like I'm really not very far into it. So I don't, but it is flowing really well, and like the ideas are there. Like immediately, I'll tell you something kind of cool that I resonated with, and I was like, what the fuck? So Edgar, we know this, it's in the synopsis. He owns a food truck, and you find out like within the first few pages that his food truck is called Bust a Gut, and it's because it's for like hard work, right? Like hockey, his career or whatever, but it's also because it's all healthy food, gut friendly food. And I was like, okay, I literally want to go to that food truck because I know that I could eat everything there, right?
True.
Because it was all like, it's like carrot hot dogs and like beet burgers and shit like that. And I'm like, if someone else is making it, it's probably gonna be delightful, and I want to eat that. And I'm like, I wonder if he eats like this. Because why else would you think of that?
True.
Right?
I feel like, did I read a little bit? Because he's the guy's the same age as him in
Yes,
real
there's a
life and
lot of like
everything.
parallels. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
some parallels. Yeah.
There's
Okay.
even like he talks about again, I'm right at the beginning, so it's not like I'm giving anything away.
Right.
But he
Yeah.
talks about he's got like a hockey memorabilia room. And I'm like, I bet you
Oh, they
Kyle
do.
also has a
Oh,
hockey
yeah.
memorabilia room that looks like this.
100%.
And
Yeah.
it's just I'm
Mhm.
like, I feel like this is his life, and that's kind of cool. I
Cool.
don't know.
Cool. Okay. I'm getting excited to read it. Okay.
Okay. There's also something
Cool.
I really wanted you to be reading it at the same time as me because
Frick.
I
Okay.
wanted to be like the boreal crown is an actual thing in the book, and I was like trying to Google it to be like, is this an actual thing in hockey? And I don't think so. I think
I
it's made
don't
up for
think
the
so.
book.
Yeah.
Yes, but I wanted to be like, I need you. I don't know if I'm dumb or if I'm
Okay,
dumb.
I'll catch up. I'll catch up in mustard like tonight or something while I'm trying to sleep. Well,
Yeah,
we'll
catch up in
see.
mustard. That's all I've got. And who's our babe?
Oh, we have one new babe, and that would be Amanda. So welcome, Amanda. Hello.
Welcome. Show us your
Hello.
pets, please.
Show us some pets. I think I mean, like, obviously we finished the sirens, but it sounds like we were club divided in the sirens. I don't know if we want to like recap, go circle back on that at all, but it sounds like we had some babes who really loved it, and then
Yes.
some babes who were kind of more like on our end of the spectrum as well, where it was
Yes.
kind of like mediocre at
Yes.
best, which was
And
interesting.
very interesting. And that's what the reviews were kind of like on Goodreads as well, which is cool. I really liked hearing Summer's perspective because she rated it 5 stars. And she was pretty much the exact opposite of how I felt, where I was like, I was bored, I guessed it all. And she was like, that's not what it was about. You were supposed to like enjoy it essentially and not be like
What's
you're
gonna
supposed to
happen
enjoy
next?
it.
What's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? And like, oh, that's gonna be a reveal, but it's not
Yeah.
supposed to be a
Not
reveal.
like
It's
that.
supposed
Yeah.
to be like she's just telling us a story.
Yeah, just telling us a story. Which I guess like different strokes and boats for folks. I don't know, whatever.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. I thought that was so cool. And I just a part of the thing that I love about our book club is that we
Yeah,
can have some differing opinions, but
yeah,
still validate everybody's opinions and not be like,
yeah.
that's a bad idea. Blah.
Well, Summer, I don't know, but that's cool.
Innocence,
No, I'm
but
kidding.
no, just just
We're always
kidding.
bringing it up. We're never gonna let her live that one down.
Oh,
Sorry. Sorry, you're the one that suggested
sorry.
it, so sorry.
We
We're just
love
the ones
you.
that picked it, but whatever.
But also she gave us House of Glass, which is
A good one. Yeah.
that was a
I'm
good
sure
one.
she
Oh,
has friggin'
100% given us so
given us some
many.
goodies. Yeah, 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 yeah.
She's just a smart girl in general. We love you, Summer.
She is a smart girl. She would be like maybe like the German Shepherd. Or is she
Ooh,
more like a no, because she's not like aggressive. You would be like a German Shepherd.
poodle. She's a
Like a
poodle.
smart
Highly
poodle? Yes.
intelligent,
Yes.
beautiful,
Yep.
gorgeous,
Yep. Yep.
gray hair.
Yep. I love it. I love it. She is a poodle. And Ashley is the
Golden
golden
retriever.
retriever,
We
and
love you.
you are a German Shepherd, and I am
Hmm.
probably the red golden retriever.
I don't know. You can be feisty though, girl. She's
True,
got a
I can be
feisty.
feisty.
You can be
That's true.
feisty.
If I
You
want
can
to
be
be.
feisty.
You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I don't know. What kind of dog is
I
feisty?
don't know. I'm trying to think
Like a
of like
bait
a
dog? Sad and shut down.
a chihuahua. A chihuahua.
No, I don't want to be a chihuahua.
No, you're not a
No,
chihuahua.
don't make me. Don't.
How about a Dalmatian?
They're cute. All right.
Yeah.
And they
They're
are
cute.
spicy. They're like
Yeah.
not actually like family dogs, but everybody thinks they are. That's I love it. I love it. I love it. I'll take it.
There we go. Should we talk about our new book?
Yes, we should.
Okay, let's get into it.
Let's fucking do it.
All
Okay,
right.
I'll start because actually no, first impressions. We can talk about first impressions.
First impressions. First of all, love it. so far.
I love it
I
too.
love Emily Henry. She's
Yeah.
great. I love her
Yes.
writing. I'm up for a romance. I needed something like light and fun, but also this is deeper than I thought it was going to be.
The Margaret
For sure.
story. Yes,
Mhm,
yes. And
mhm,
even like getting to know Alice and Hayden, they have like more than
mhm.
what's on the surface for them.
Definitely something going on in their backstories for sure. Did you want
Hmm.
me to tell you a little bit about Emily? Or
Yeah.
okay.
Yes.
All
Yes.
right. Also, I did not realize this, but Emily Henry is 2 years younger than us.
I knew she was young, but I didn't know
What
she was.
the fuck? Oh, fuck. Fuck.
Get
Fuck
it,
you.
girl. Get it, girl.
Also,
I
fuck
love
you. I'm
that.
just
Also,
kidding.
fuck you. Also, we're jealous. Also,
Also,
nice. Also,
yeah.
great job. Don't
Also,
stop writing,
yeah.
please.
Don't start, please, 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 please. She okay. So she's was born in 1991, which blew my mind. So fuck.
What? When? What is she?
Uh, actually, she May 17th. Her birthday's this week. Holy fuck!
Is it this Thursday when this episode's gonna come out? I don't know. The
5 days
17th.
from now.
The
That's
17th is on Saturday.
Saturday or
Happy
Sunday. Happy
It's Saturday.
birthday!
Happy early birthday, Emily. So that makes her a Taurus. Is she a Taurus? May 17th? Yeah.
You're my resident astrologist. Thank you.
She's a Taurus, I'm pretty sure.
She's a
Yep. I
Taurus. Okay.
fucking knew it. Nice.
So she's an American writer and she grew up in the Midwest. She's from Cincinnati, Ohio. She actually started by writing young adult, but then she broke out into the adult romance world with Beach Read. So I'm
Have you
probably
read it?
I started reading it and I don't think I finished it.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
my bad.
Nice.
My bad.
I haven't read it, so I'd be curious though.
And then previously we've read on the Club, we've read Book Lovers and Funny Story, which we loved. And then she was never actually interested in writing romance novels, but she became obsessed with like rom-coms. Like there was one like You've Got Mail and The Holiday. She was like obsessed with those. And then that's kind of just what inspired her to become a romance novel writer.
Well, I'm glad that she did.
Me too. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. I'm sure you'll probably tell us a little bit more about Great Big Beautiful Life.
I will. Are you ready? Okay.
Please tell me.
So this book was released on April 22nd, 2025, so fairly recently.
Fresh.
By Berkeley, which is an imprint of Penguin. It was released 2 days later in the UK, which is weird. I don't know why. Like why?
Interesting. Yeah.
Isn't that kind of weird?
Know. That is
like,
weird.
Why would you do that?
Yeah, it's weird when they do that with like movies and stuff too. It's like weird.
Yeah, it's super weird. Okay, when it came out, it quickly ascended to the top of bestsellers lists, securing the #1 spot on Publishers Weekly US hardcover fiction list as of May 8th, which is pretty impressive. It was also named one of the most anticipated books of 2025 by like literally everybody, but including the New York Times, Rolling Stone, People, USA Today, Harper's Bazaar, like people, she's got a name for herself and now people are like looking forward to it. She could put out fucking anything and I think people would be like, new Emily Henry, it's called Big Steaming Pile of Shit, and everyone would be like, yeah,
my big toe hurts.
Ew. I wouldn't read that one.
No, neither would I.
Oh my god. Okay, so Emily has described that the writing of this book was her most emotionally intense experience since her debut, which is interesting. She mentioned that the first draft flowed naturally, but all of her revisions afterwards were very challenging. So
interesting.
I know. I wish I could like.
I know. I'm like, can I look at those? I want to know how it's changed.
Draft. Yeah, I just want the first draft. We're going to be exploring themes of grief, legacy, family history, and then also reflecting on how past generations influence the present, which I think we are seeing as well with Hayden and Alice, even though it's primarily the primary focus of that would be Margaret, but I think we're seeing it with them as well. Emily believes that love and grief are linked, and she has said, quote, "You really cannot have love without grief or grief without love," which is very true.
And very insightful.
There are some special editions of this book. There's one that has fully printed edges, which is fun, and one that
cool.
came out. Yeah, and one that came out in a special colorway.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, which is cool if you're into collecting different versions of the book.
Yeah. I always, just us being like obviously in design and everything, it's always cool just to see book cover design and blah.
I know.
All that
I
stuff.
wish I got into that. That's the road I wish I took in life. But you know what? I'm fine with being here too.
You're 35 years old and you still got lots of life to live, and you've got blue hair right now. So
I know,
like
literally, so I can do anything. This is the year where we're like, let's just do it.
Why not?
No, I don't live in the city, and I don't ever want to live in the city again. I think that's where you got to kind of be, because all their offices are there. Anyway, I digress. We've talked about this before, but I love that Henry, who is a known Taylor Swift fan, noted that the novel, of course, closely correlates with the last great American dynasty from folklore. Yeah, so, and I think that we're seeing that with Margaret. So
the loudest woman this town has ever seen.
She had a marvelous time
ruining everything.
Yes,
okay. Yes. Love that. Obviously we all know that she is a Taylor stan, but like, or Swiftie. But there was already like a mention of friendship bracelets, and I was like, fuck yeah.
Friendship bracelets. There was like a few little things.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Where I was like, I wonder if that's, but then it was like, it's also just like a word. Like, I think she said like daylight at one point or something. And I was like, that's it. But then I'm like, but that's just a word.
That's just a word. That's just a word.
I don't want to like too much into it. But yeah. So there's some little info about the book.
That's cool that she's already like top of the charts, and it's like literally been out for 2 weeks.
Classic.
That's so
Emily
cool.
Henry. Actually, I wonder what it's rated on Goodreads right now. I'm just a little bit curious. 4.13. That's awesome.
Love it.
That's freaking awesome.
How are you feeling so far about the beginning of the book?
I'm liking it. Absolutely. Yeah. I don't have any complaints.
And like, obviously the front cover is kind of just the same. At least the North American cover is the same kind of style that we're used to, that you've seen on like Funny Story, on Book Lovers, etc. So same kind of vibe and everything, but it's like a big bright red cover this time.
Oh, this is fun. I didn't even look underneath yet, but this is fun. I like that.
I like those colors together too.
Yeah, shiny.
I like that. And then the little rainbow is what's in the top of
on the top of all of the pages. I liked that. And then it's also in there. See it? The yellow behind them?
Kind of? Yes, I can see it kind of. Yes. Yep.
Yeah, it's like a little sun.
Cute.
Yeah. Yes, that's very cute. I like that.
Okay. So other than Alice and Hayden, our other main character is Margaret / Irene.
Sometimes you just gotta go by an alias.
Sometimes you gotta, when you're famous and trying to just get out of the limelight for 20 years, you just have to have a pen name and be an artist on a random 30, 20, something like that.
It's all the same, really. Once you get past 2 decades, it's all the same.
What is it anyways? I thought, maybe I could be wrong. It could definitely be
no, I got a little bit confused about
I thought she was like
frame
50 some odd years old in the books. She was like 33 when she went dark, and then
she's 80 something. She's like 86. She's
really bad. My bad. I did the math completely wrong.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. I'm so sorry. I did my math. Okay, don't rely on me for math. Anybody.
She's like a frail. It literally says in the book how old she is.
Yeah. No, yeah. Cool.
Oh my god. Hold on. I think I've highlighted it somewhere. Okay, Margaret disappeared 20 years ago. You were right.
Okay. she's like pieced out from the spotlight, trying to like keep it on the DL, but her family was like mega rich. The Ives
Ives, yeah, IVES.
the Ives media company, Ives like media conglomerate. Her grandfather starts it all.
Yes, her great grandfather.
Yes, and then her dad or her grandfather like takes it to next heights or whatever into the like actual media company. It is.
I'm gonna be honest, that was confusing.
It is a bit confusing, and there are points in here where she's even like, this is confusing, and I need like a whole tree, and it's like, I don't know if that's supposed to be like part of Margaret's not charm, but like part of
deception.
Her like, yes, like trying to confuse and be like, there are like 1 million players in this story, so I need to start all the way back in literal 1830.
True. Yeah, because she is like holding things back from Alice, and she knows it, right? Yeah, interesting. So maybe it is like all the details get lost in that.
And then you can't talk about Margaret without Jody, which I'm like,
who is Jody?
Is Jody like, Jody's her, does she live in there? Like, are they more than friends?
Right, because I think she
partners?
She like alluded to the fact that Jody is not paid.
No, exactly. I kind of got that vibe too, the more we like learn about their relationship, and it's just like, oh, well, whatever she brings back from the beach I'll use, or like, oh, we have an understanding, or stuff
like
like
she
that.
makes a good drink, like she's like bartending, and I don't like, who is she?
I'm not sure if it's like maybe another love, because she was married and deeply in love with Cosmo Sinclair, a rock and roll star. But then there's no other talk of anybody else after that. So like, clearly Margaret was devoted to him so far that we know. But
I would hope, like, I would not be sad if Jody and her were lovers.
No,
like, I would really
want that
for her.
Or like, maybe not even lovers, like just like companions later in life, like just so we're both not alone and we enjoy the same things. And
that's cute. That would be cute. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. Something funny, actually, my coworker Melissa is reading this one with us, and she's excited, and she said to me,
Melissa.
Hi Mel. She said to me that Alice reminded her of me when I hadn't started the book yet. So I was like, that's cute. But then she was like, but not like, I'm not like picturing you, like, don't worry, because this is probably gonna be like a sexy book, right? I'm like, thank you.
Oh, it gets spicy in parts.
It gets a bit spicy. But I immediately, it talks about like with the meeting between Alice and Margaret. Margaret's like, are you always this perky? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, I see where she's getting like the me out of the
She's always happy to like meet somebody and be like, hey, I want to talk about conversation, so I'm gonna pick a spot right in the middle of things. Like,
although I'm not really like that, but
you're not like
I
that.
am also like, I am. I don't love it, but I can be that. So but I think that I am like usually pretty
perky,
happy,
bubbly, like happy to engage with somebody and have a conversation. Yes.
And like, if I was doing this dream job thing, I feel like I would be like Alice, like, oh my god.
So speaking of Alice, she has a whole family, and the whole reason why she is interested in Margaret in the first place is because her dad and her dad kind of started this infatuation with the family in general. And then we learn that unfortunately he's passed away. And then Alice also has obviously a mom who's still alive, and her sister who's in the literal Peace Corps.
That was so
that
funny.
was funny.
Their banter is funny. Yeah,
honestly,
I love it.
Emily does such a good job with dialogue, and I'm remembering it back from Funny Story too, and just remembering their little love story and how
Well,
funny
and
it
book
was.
lovers too. Like I think
Yes.
that's Book Lovers was when obviously the first book that I'd ever read by
Mhm.
Emily Henry, but like their banter in Book Lovers was so good that I was like sold. Like I just
Mhm.
love it. When
Mhm.
two characters can talk and like it's not cringy even, it's very natural. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're
Mhm.
like, yeah, love that.
It's so good. It's so good. And so, yeah, she has a sister who had some health challenges, specifically heart issues as a child. So she kind of lived this reclusive lifestyle with her family and kind of put her own childhood on pause, essentially, because at a moment's notice, they might have to go somewhere for surgery for her sister. But both of her parents are also journalists. And they don't really focus on what she writes. It's more like political and like climate based. So they don't really take her job overly seriously.
Well, it's her mom that doesn't.
Yes,
And
exactly.
her mom's the one that's still alive.
Exactly.
So she just doesn't really feel supported by her parents, which would suck. And it sounds like she misses her dad a lot. It sounds like her and him were the most alike.
Exactly.
Even when she sent the text in like the group thread and
their group.
They're, cute. Then we can talk about friggin' Hayden. I have
Dark and broody.
Dark and broody, yeah. And we start finding out a little bit about him. I've got this in here that he tells her that her dad was the mayor, and she's like, the mayor of Indiana.
The mayor
is so funny.
I just love, and then no, there's not mayors of a state. No. I love it. Oh man.
She's
so
funny.
Good. She's funny. Dialogue. Again, great dialogue. Love it.
So yeah, Hayden felt like he grew up in like a public sort of spotlight. So he finds that he's a very private person. His siblings have also I can't remember what they do.
He has an older brother who's a pediatrician.
Right. Yes. So like literally the star child, and he feels like he's chopped liver, even though he's won a Pulitzer, which Alice was like, you literally won a Pulitzer. Like, isn't that good enough? And he's like, well, now they respect me, but like they didn't before.
But the decade of slogging before.
Yeah. So they do kind of sound like they can probably relate a little bit there, which is nice.
Yes.
And then we also found out about much later on, because Alice is taking great joy in cracking Hayden like a friggin' safe, but we find out that his last serious relationship ended due to work. Right? And so I think that's why he's being so like triggery now.
Yeah, because he's like absolutely nothing at all. And then it's like, okay, after their first little steamy, like happenstance makeout sesh on her way back home. And then he's like, well, maybe just friends, maybe not until the first month. So obviously there's like an attraction, and he keeps on like bending his rules to this.
Well, it's like he's like, oh, I'll just like touch you a little bit on the beach, and then he's like,
but just a little.
But I'm gonna hurt your feelings when I get this job. So sorry. But like it makes sense that he would be triggered, because that's exactly what happened with his girlfriend, right? They both went for the same job. He got it. She was upset. He literally quit thinking she would get the job, and then she didn't get the job, and then it ruined their relationship. So like this makes sense. He's like, I can see how this will play out, and I don't want to go there. And he also says to her, which was really cute, I've never met anybody like you. So like clearly he's like, I will never meet somebody like this again. So I don't want to go like fucking it up. But also just do it.
But just get it. Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
They're literally on an island for a month with retirees.
Come on.
Like
literally come on.
Literally.
Why can't they just be like, whatever happens, happens?
Yeah, but I think it's I guess deep-rooted PTSD in the professional environment.
I guess I just want that girl to get that D, if you know what I'm saying.
I know, because she's so fun and like
Right?
she
And
deserves
fuck
it.
Theo. Fuck that guy.
That
Like,
guy's the worst. I knew he
fuck
wasn't
off.
coming. I knew he wasn't
No.
coming. And I was
Fuck
like really
that.
sad about it because I was like, that would feel shitty.
Hate that.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He's gotta go.
I love though also that little bar, the fishbowl and Captain Cecil, who's just like, I'm gonna just get you drunk. So like, let's go.
I love that too. I even highlighted it where it was when she got given the fishbowl drink and then when she was leaving and like it was like her and Hayden's first like chat after they had initially met each other and she asks the bartender like while she's leaving she wants to send Hayden a drink and she asks him if they have anything bluer than this. I just love that. Like, what a perfect thing to say.
Yeah, it's like we could add some like more flowers and stuff to it. And she's like,
Perfect.
absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my God. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
So I guess I guess right now between them, it's like clearly they both like each other, but he's like, absolutely not. I am taking this very seriously. But also then he's like, but also then let's share facts on Margaret. I don't know. Like,
want to.
Oh, he won't, but she's like, she will. But then he does give her like some things like, oh, by the way, I think she's lying to me too. Like,
yes. And I love it. It's like he likes her. She's slowly cracking his little lock and it's coming out in these cute little ways because he's like, fuck, he doesn't want to do it, but he does it, right? We haven't even talked about like how they ended up in this situation, which is absolutely bizarre. And I'm curious how that's going to end.
True, because it starts off with Alice finding this little nugget on a comment that, and then she completely investigates it and she finds Margaret on her own and is granted an interview with her to at least discuss. Then he shows up literally during the interview with her and is like, oh, by the way, this is the other author or other writer. But then we find out that Hayden is invited personally by her.
Right.
And he didn't have to find anything out because she's like, how did you find her?
Yes.
And
that was another reason why he was like, I didn't want to hurt your feelings. Like, I'm not being honest with you. So I don't want to lie to you and hook up with you. And like, which is kind of respectable, even though he's still like, making out with her.
Yeah. It was like, oh, by the way, I feel bad about this and I need to tell you before anything goes further, but also let's just make out because I told you this now.
Yeah, because I told you it. Oh,
it's okay, right?
So it sounds like that my interpretation then would be that Alice like sparked something in Margaret because at some point I've got it somewhere. I don't know where it is.
She like keeps calling around to people being like, are you fucking Margaret?
Oh yeah, Alice is like ruthless. But what I was going to say was that Margaret mentioned somewhere in one of the interviews to Alice that she made a promise to a friend as to why she's telling her story now. Remember? She was like, I made a promise to a friend and like they've died, so I can't take it back or something like that. Like that's something like what she said. So like I'm wondering if Alice called Margaret put the idea of a memoir in her head, and then that's why Margaret called Hayden.
Like 9 days later, and 9 days later too.
Yes. And then invited them. I wonder if she's like telling them both different stories, and then maybe they'll work together somehow?
I wonder if she's gonna be like a little matchmaker.
Like, you think that she's deliberately like, these two would be good together?
I'm wondering if it was like maybe after the first meeting, like she's so like dark, reserved, like I eat salad only and like blah 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 and run every day. And she's like, literally, I'm just here for the fun times and I want to have fun.
She gets the peaches and cream waffles. She wears watermelon earrings. Like, this girl's crazy.
She doesn't wear pants ever.
Oh my God, that was so funny. The rattlesnake, the snake part where he picked her up because she wasn't wearing pants.
Yeah. She don't got no pants on ever around him.
It's funny. It's so funny. It's cute. But to take us back to Margaret and what's happening,
Sorry,
Margaret ends up telling them that essentially they're both going to have like a month-long interview with
competition.
her. Yeah.
Interview
process.
off.
An interview off. And then at the end, she'll pick one of them. So they're slowly falling for each other while they're competing for this, like, a dream job for Alice and like a good job for Hayden, because Hayden won the Pulitzer for doing a memoir for some famous guy who, this is so smart. He was suffering from Alzheimer's. And so he was doing this to kind of like remember and have something to give to his family and whatever. But at the same time, we also find out that it was really hard for Hayden to like lose that person. And it was really,
yeah,
it was really beautiful how Alice like gave him, like, normalized that and was like, of course you're feeling that way. Like, you probably love this person. You spent so much time with them and like getting to know them on that deep level. So
well, like even him being like, when she's like, oh, my dad passed away, and he's like, I'm sorry, I hate saying sorry, but like I'm sorry. And she's like, no, I totally get it. Like they had that open conversation being like, what else do you say? I understand that completely. I hate saying sorry when somebody, but like, what else do you fucking say? Like,
what do you say? Like, that sucks. It does, but
sucks to suck.
Sucks to suck. Anyway, I don't even know where I was going with that. Essentially, they just both have they're
in the interview off for 1 month together.
Their interview off for 1 month. Yes. And then they're slowly learning all this shit about Margaret. I'm still like fucked up about that guy. I don't know. So her grandpa fucked off on the family and got with Nina, right? And then Nina had something, which we later learn was a pregnancy, which is what's that baby called? What's that kid called? Ruth?
The baby's name
Little
is
Princess.
Ruth. Yes.
Little Princess. LP.
Little Prince.
Ruth Nicolette.
Hotel.
Okay. Yeah, hotel. But then he moves his adult children into this mansion that he built to hold all of these people. And then when Margaret's dad, which is his son, gets married, he moves his family into this fucking mansion compound.
Yes. It's a whole like, it seems like a whole weird like not incestual, because I don't think they're doing anything with each other.
But it's just
like it's so like just like they keep the family together so that it's like so that he can have control over them all.
Because he knows that he has control, because it even says like she was like, my dad did not want to move back to the house, but his dad was the controller of money, and if he didn't, he wouldn't have any money. So he
they're like 27 and 26, which is crazy back in the day too. To be single. And well, her Francine, the sister, or I guess her aunt, it doesn't want to get married and is like, I need to prove myself, and I have desperation. That's the only thing that's like different between me and my brother. And it sounds like the sisterly connection was also big between the great grandfather and his sister, because that's where Nicolette came from.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's the person that you would do anything for.
Right.
So, and like, that was the only person that like he treated kindly too, like his sister. And then it's like kind of like trickling down. So I wonder if there'll be more between Francine and Frederick.
Oh, smart. Because he does move her into the house, right?
Yeah, they all are living in the house still together.
Right. Yes. Because
so I wonder.
Dies. Yes.
Yeah. And then like also like traumatic story, like her I guess, would it be a cousin? I guess a cousin.
Yeah,
like dies on her 16th birthday in that plane crash while she's young. Like that's how Nicolette actually Ruth /
No, that
Nicolette.
was her aunt. That was her aunt that died. Francine died.
Francine?
Yeah,
because
Francine
LP that died in the plane crash.
Oh shit. Yes, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. 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 Yes. Yes.
So
Before she
like,
was getting married, or like right after she was getting
mhm,
married, or something, right?
yeah, they were like engaged to be, yeah.
And she never
Yeah.
got to find out that she wasn't actually Francine's daughter, that she was
Hmm.
actually fucking what's his face's
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
Nina. Oh my God. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. I'm like going through what other stuff. Also, like Cosmos dies tragically. Like Margaret has experienced a lot of tragedy, and like no wonder
Yes.
she wants to be out of the public eye. Like
Yes. All while it
truly.
was being publicized. You're right. Yeah, because they
Yeah.
they were like royalty back then.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Like, and obviously, like, it sounds like the great grandfather would buy up newspapers so that he could control the story
Mhm.
essentially and control the
Mhm.
narrative. And it
Mhm.
continued on.
Mhm.
And then also, I'm wondering, she does make a mention that the Ives and Pulitzer families like
Mhm.
were clashing. So I wonder
Mhm.
if there's something there too, because
Mhm.
I find it highly suspect that he's also won, or Hayden has
Mhm.
won a
Mhm.
Pulitzer.
Yes, I agree. And that was being mentioned. Yes, I agree.
Mhm.
That's good. A couple other things like that that I wanted to bring up was one is that Margaret tells Alice and Hayden that she has two NDAs, that they're different, which was kind of
Ooh.
creating more secrecy between all of them, right? Because at one point Alice does say to Hayden, like, you're the only person I can talk to about this because he's so not wanting to
Mhm.
talk about it. But now it's like, no, because you have two
Can I?
NDAs. Mm-hmm.
Can I even do that? Because
Mm-hmm.
that was the point where Margaret was like, I don't trust, like, don't talk to
I
him. I
don't,
don't trust.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
Also, we should talk about the unicursal, one way in and out, the
Oh, the mosaic
yeah, the mosaic, the what are they called? Fucking not
labyrinth.
maze. Yeah, the labyrinth that she's obsessed with,
Mm.
which is very
Oh,
interesting.
yeah. Yeah, Margaret has a labyrinth
Mm-hmm.
that she walks in, and she just says that it takes you wherever you want it. Like, it takes you to the end. You just have to trust the process essentially
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and keep walking. But then it seems like her mosaics, which that's what her cover is Irene, an mosaic artist,
Mm-hmm.
and she scavenges for bottles, etc.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, no one wants to buy her stuff because it's pretty, like, it makes you think by the sounds of it. Like the one, it was held in a shop, and she's talking to the shop. Alice is talking to the shop owner, knowing it's Irene, aka
Mm-hmm.
Margaret, and is
Mm-hmm.
like, "Well, what do you see in it?" And the guy's like, or person is like, you can tell that like the person's trying to get somewhere or trying to
Right.
find
Yes.
something. So,
Yes. Yes.
mm,
I found my other point that I wanted to talk about, which was the tell all article from Lawrence that never ran because he bought the paper. Do you remember
mhm.
that? Because she does send an email to that newspaper's archives department to see if they have any copies of that because no one would have read it. So she's like, I wonder what is in there and I wonder what they're talking about. So I
Ooh,
wonder if that's going to come back
yeah.
and maybe contradict
Ooh.
Margaret's story or prove what she's saying right. Like we don't
Mhm.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's the other thing. She does say, like, I have to fact check all this, but like, how
Mm-hmm.
am I going to do
Mm-hmm.
all, like,
Mm-hmm.
because literally 1830, like,
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Mining and
Yeah.
shit. Oh, and like she works at a newspaper or a public publication place, the Scratch.
Mhm,
Alice
mhm,
does.
mhm.
Some they know about what's going on though, because I guess they don't know all the details. They know that they have found, or that Alice has found Margaret,
Yes, they do
her
know
friend.
this, right?
Hmm.
Mhm. But I guess
Yeah,
they just don't know, like,
the
what's going
details.
on. Yeah, because she
Mhm.
hasn't I don't
Right.
know. I don't know.
And-
I'm quite enjoying it. Like I said, and like our listeners can probably tell, we are a little bit confused about everything that's going on. But
yeah.
I do think that Margaret might be an unreliable narrator, so it's probably
Hmm.
a little bit on purpose. Because
True.
I'm definitely not confused about the story between Alice and Hayden. Like
No.
that's very linear, and we're getting to know those
Mhm.
characters well.
Yeah.
But I guess there's the remaining questions are why did Margaret disappear? like fully disappear. And
yeah, like why has she decided to stay away so long? Why has she decided to write a story now?
like what happened? What is going to be the rest of this story?
It will be interesting to see how she was raised, if they are like literally starting from the beginning. Because
I guess we're just getting up to that now, 'cause she would be like
part.
16. Yeah.
Exactly. So like it will be interesting to see how like that part of her story kind of shakes out, I guess.
Right. Yeah. Because she does talk about like her childhood and how, because remember that part where she was like, what was it like? And it was like, what was it like to not
Like
ever
living.
have any like needs or
Mhm.
wants, because everything was just provided for you whenever you could
Mhm.
desire it or whatever. And just like talking about how privileged her life was, but how that's all
Mhm.
she knew. Like it was just like totally normal.
Yeah.
And then she was
Because
talking about, oh,
because she says like there's a difference between like that like generational wealth and then like fast money is what she called it, because she's
yes.
like, I've seen both. Like Cosmos, he came from nothing, and like I
Yeah.
saw that too. So
Yeah.
like
So it's
interesting.
totally different.
It's interesting that she decides to choose to live like, I guess her house seems pretty baller, but like a quiet life. But I guess
Yeah.
after all the drama and trauma,
Yeah.
you would want to.
And like what happened. And I think that there's more. I can't remember it, but there was like a part where it like alluded to like it was like a scandal with her sister. So that's still to come. We don't know what's going on there. It did mention a car accident, but I'm guessing that was who died in the car accident?
I think Cosmos was there.
Right.
Car
Yes.
chase.
Yes, you're right. You're right. So we haven't gotten that full
The
information, but
details.
that's been told. Yeah. So like
or
we're
their
kind
love
of
story.
yeah, or their whole love story. Yeah. We've got like when they went to the courthouse to get married with the tabloids version on that versus like what actually happened. But yeah, I don't know. I guess maybe we'll just have to keep reading.
I guess.
I just want a
All
quiet
right.
life. I just want Margaret's current life.
Yeah. Well, should we try to live Margaret's current life?
Yes, let's finish it. We'll finish
Let's
it next
go.
week.
Finish up the rest. Let us know your thoughts in the Facebook group so that we can chat about it before. And yeah.
What do you think's gonna happen? Like why did Margaret go away? What was the scandal with her sister? What is the rest? Like, and where is the rest of her family?
Truly, because it sounds like it's massive.
Yeah, and nobody's
Is everybody
around.
just dying?
Yeah,
I guess
and
everybody
like, how does she have the
dying.
money? Yeah, did she get all the money, or is she still getting like an allowance, or like what? But she's like 80 something, so
that'll be interesting to see how that all shakes out and how she's able to live her life.
yes,
Because I don't think she's selling many of her like $2,000 mosaics.
No, I don't think so.
Interesting. Okay.
Bye.
Bye. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much for listening. Please join us over at the Book Club Babes Facebook group for book discussions and to make your book recommendations, or on Instagram at bookclubbabes.pod.
If you'd like to reach out to us directly, you can email us at bookclubbabes.pod@gmail.com or contact us on our website at bookclubbabes.ca. If you love the Book Club Babes podcast, please tell a friend about us. And until next time,
Bye!